Hello dear students, welcome to another lecture. In this class we are going to continue with chapter 5 of class 7 English Grammar Nagaland Board, which is adjectives and the kinds of adjectives. So as I told you, there are in total 10 types of adjectives that are there in your syllabus, and we've learnt about the first 5 types already. We know what are adjectives of quality, what are adjectives of quantity, adjective of number, demonstrative adjective, as well as distributive adjective. In this class, we are going to begin with the next type of adjectives, which are known as interrogative adjective. Now, as the name suggests, the word interrogative is derived from the word interrogation. And interrogation means to question. So basically, the question words such as who, what, where, whose, when, how, which, all these question words, when they are used with the noun to ask a question, they are interrogative adjectives. If I give you the example, if I say, what book are you reading? Which dress do you want? Whose pen are you holding? And so on and so on. So as you can see, what are the question words in these sentences? What, which, whose. And these question words are used with a noun to ask a question. So when the question words are used with a noun to ask a question, they are known as interrogative adjectives. Okay? So the words which are used with the nouns to ask the questions are interrogative adjectives. For example, what information do you have? So the question word what is used with the noun information. Which book do you want? The question word which is used with the noun book. Whose shoes is he wearing? So whose, which is the question word, is used with shoes. So these question words, when used along with a noun, are interrogative adjectives. Now again the question arises, what is the difference between interrogative adjectives and interrogative pronouns? So let us look at the difference between them with the help of examples. Okay. The first sentence, what book are you reading? What is the book you are reading? Now, what is the difference between these two words or sentences? Both have what? In the first sentence, what was used with the noun, therefore it is an adjective. In the second sentence, it is not used with the noun, so it is a pronoun. Let me give you another example. Whose pen do you have? Whose is the pen that you have? Both have the question words who. In the first sentence, who was used with the noun, while in the next sentence, who was not used with the noun. So the rule, dear students, as I have been repeating, I repeated it when I taught you about pronouns also. With a noun, it is an adjective. Without a pronoun, it is without a noun, it is a pronoun. The logic is simple. Adjectives describe the noun, so you have to have a noun in the sentence, while pronouns are used to replace the nouns. So the position of the nouns is already gone, so you cannot have a noun along with the pronoun. So with a noun, adjective; without a pronoun, without a noun, it is a pronoun. Let us look at the examples given in your book. Again, yes. So, what plan did you follow? What is used with the noun? So, it is an adjective. What is your plan? No noun, so it is a pronoun. Which train is late? Which is used with a noun, so it is an adjective. Which is the mail train? It is used without a noun, so it is a pronoun. So this is how we are going to differentiate between an interrogative adjective as well as an interrogative. Next, dear students, we have possessive adjectives. Now, the word possessive is derived from the word possession or ownership. To talk about something that belongs to you, that you possess, that is your possession, that is what a possessive adjective describes. So those words which describe or which show what the noun possesses or what the noun has, those are known as possessive adjectives. For example, my car needs repairs. What is the noun in this sentence? Car. And what is the word that tells us that the car belongs to me, that the car is my belonging? Mine. So, my is a possessive adjective. That this plant is losing its leaves. What is the plant losing? Its leaves. So, what is the word that connects the plant or shows that the leaves belong to the plant? Its. That is your house. How do I know that the house belongs to somebody? By the word your. This is her book. How do I know that the book belongs to her? By the word her. So words like my, his, her, your, its, their, all these words that help you to know that something belongs to you, something is your possession, is a possessive adjective. Alright? So, whenever we have to identify a possessive adjective, we have to ask the question whose. Whose car needs repair? Mine. My is the adjective. Whose whose leaves or whose plant is losing its leaf is losing the leaves? Its. Whose house is that? Your. Whose book is that? Her. So these are the possessive adjectives. Now again, let us look at the difference between a possessive adjective and a possessive pronoun. The difference is going to be the same, dear students, with a noun, without a noun. This is my house. This house is mine. The difference? Here, the word my is used with the noun. Here the word mine goes at the end and is not used with any noun. This is her pen. This pen is hers. Her pen with the noun, hers without a noun. This is their car. This car is theirs. Here, there is used with the noun. Here, there is used without the noun.
So as you can see, apart from the fact that an adjective will be followed by a noun, while a pronoun will be independent of a noun, another change that can be noticed in a possessive adjective and a possessive pronoun is that of its form. So the form also changes in case of a possessive pronoun. You can see my changes to mine, her changes to hers, their changes to theirs, it changes to its, and so on and so forth.
The next, my dear students, is proper adjectives. Very simple. Those adjectives that are framed out of the proper nouns. We all know what is a proper noun. What is the proper noun? The name of a person, place, thing is a proper noun. The name which is given to them is a proper noun. So, the adjectives that are formed out of these proper nouns. You see here in these 4 sentences that are given to you. In the first sentence, Indian, which is derived from India, is used as a noun, right? While when I look at this sentence, he is an Indian soldier. Here, the word Indian is used to describe the noun in the sentence, that is soldier, and therefore it is an adjective. Similarly, if we look at the second sentence, I went to visit France. Here, France is a proper noun. While if I look at this sentence, I enjoyed the French food. The word French is used to describe the noun food and therefore it is an adjective. So, those adjectives which are framed out of the proper nouns are known as proper adjectives. Clear? Next type of adjectives are emphatic adjectives. So, emphatic adjectives are those words which are used to help you emphasize on a point. Or when you are giving an opinion, if you have to give stress on the opinion given by you. Words such as very, words such as real, words such as complete, words such as true, words such as total, and so on and so forth. So these are the emphatic adjectives which will help you to use them in a sentence in order to emphasize on some opinion that is to be given by you.
If I give you an example, use your own pen, or use your own umbrella. So in these 2 sentences, own is used as an adjective because it is followed by a noun.
If I give you another example, this is a perfect story. The word perfect is emphasizing on the level of the story. If I say the true friend saved his life. true is used to emphasize on the fact that the friend that I'm talking about is very much true. So such words, own, perfect, true, very, all these emphasize on the noun. Let us look at the examples given in your book. The real owner of this firm is somebody else. I have very bad. So real, very, complete, true, perfect, own, total, absolute. These are all emphatic adjectives because they help you to emphasize on what you believe, on what you think about something or somebody. Alright? The last type of adjectives that we have are relative adjectives. Now, what are relative adjectives? Relative adjectives are those words basically which have, or the words such as what, which, or whose. These three words, when they are used with the noun, are relative adjectives. If they are used in the clause to relate a noun, they are relative adjectives. So, let us look at the sentence. Let me give you examples. Okay. If I say, yes, I know the girl. Her mother is beautiful. How can I join these two sentences together? I know the girl whose mother is beautiful. If I give you another example, this is the watch and the second sentence, its strap was broken. Okay, if I join this sentence, this is the watch which or whose strap was broken. So when, what, which or whose is used before a noun, they are known as relative adjectives. Okay, this is the example which is given in your book. I know the boy, his father is a policeman. So joining these two sentences using a relative adjective becomes, I know the boy whose father is a policeman. If I give you another example using the relative adjective which, if I say the earthquake which measured, let's say 6.9 on the Richter scale, was deadly. So here I have used the relative adjective which, and it is referring to the earthquake which is used before it. So with this, my dear students, we come to the end of this chapter, that is adjectives and its kind. Let us look at the back exercises and try and solve them. Pick out adjectives in the following sentences. Mention the kind of adjectives and the noun that it qualifies. So there are 8 sentences in total. Let us try and do the first 4. We have to find out the adjectives and also point out the noun that they are used for. There is little water in the glass. So what is the adjective? Little. This is an adjective of quantity. And what is the noun? Water. So in the second sentence, some trees have long leaves. Now in this sentence, we've got two nouns, namely trees and leaves. And what are the two adjectives that are telling us about these nouns? Some tells us about the trees and long tells us about the leaves. So both of these are the adjectives. I don't like this habit of yours. What is my adjective? This, which is a demonstrative adjective. And what is the noun that it is representing? Habit. Father gave me 200 rupees for my pocket money. What is my adjective? 200, which is an adjective of number. And what is the noun that it is representing? So this way, dear students, you have to identify the adjectives in the rest of the four sentences. The next question is, fill in the blanks with interrogative adjectives, what, which and whose. So there are 10 sentences. Again, we'll do the first 5. Dash books have you read on this subject? So which books have you read on this subject? Dash books are these. Whose books are these? Dash way did he go? Which way did he go? Dash child knows the answer. Which child knows the answer? Dash country do you come from? What country do you come from? This ways you can solve the rest of the 5 sentences also. The next question is, fill in the blanks with the relative adjectives which, what and whose. Again, there are 6 sentences. We'll try and do them all. They are less, so we'll do all of them. Okay. Tell me dash books on my shelf you would like to borrow. So tell me which books on my shelf would you like to borrow? They spent wisely what money they had. I met a writer whose book is very famous. The boys whose names were called stood up. There were roses and marigolds in the garden. Ram asked me, what flowers did I like? You can take what money you need. Okay? In this question, you have to fill in the blanks with emphatic adjectives such as real, own, absolute, complete, and so on and so forth. There are 8 sentences. Let us try and solve the first 4. This is a real diamond. Is that his own car or is it a borrowed one? I am writing with my own pen. You are an absolute genius. And this ways you can complete the rest of the sentences. The next question says, fill in the blanks with emphatic adjectives like very, true, perfect, total, etc. Again, 8 sentences are there in your book. We'll solve the first 4. The car was a total wreck. Wreck means it was totally destroyed. His English is perfect. He is a true friend. The dash of a thought of jumping was with a parachute makes me shudder. The only thought of jumping with a parachute makes me shudder. Shudder, shiver with fear. Okay? You do the next ones. Now the last question is, fill in the blanks with possessive adjectives such as my, our, his, her, etc. There are 12 sentences. We'll do the first 6. My uncle took his children to school. The children carried their bags to school. Please write your name clearly. We grow roses in our garden. She was crying from the pain of her injured leg. I completed the project with my teacher's guidance. She was carrying a baby who is sleeping in her arms. So you see, it was so easy, dear students, for us to solve all these questions just because we understood the topic so well. So I hope the topic was clear to you. Thank you.